me? You can be Spielberg. All right, let's
hold that thing for them. Shrink's gonna fall off.
What? What do you want?
Shrink's gonna fall off.
Try to control it. Once we get on the highway, you're gonna give it back to me. So let's sort of do what's called a wrap up. You guys are leaving, going home. Been here for a week. 7 plus minus days. You've worked 7 plus minus days. You were the first guys that we threw in a camper. So we'll start with you, Jeff. What do you think the feasibility is of taking a crew, working them in Jersey, working them in Chicago, working them anywhere in a vehicle of this type?
I think it's feasible. You know.
You ever did it before?
No. I've slept in a camper before, but not for the job.
Okay.
But it's like a 2-in-1 deal. You know, you get to sleep and you get to move at the same time, like we've been doing. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, it saves some costs, I think, in the long run.
Yeah. But even if there wasn't a cost factor, let's say this thing cost us so much a day, because every now and then we're going to be at a job site anyway, and it costs us so much a day anyway to rent one in Seattle, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because we have one doesn't. Even there are times when the hotel costs per day outweigh the cost of a rental anyway per day. So aside from the cost being a factor, what do you think the feasibility of it? Like you said, you know, the guys travel. You know, were you as tired?
No. I was fine. I didn't really notice the difference.
Okay.
You know, I'd do it again.
Okay. So long haul road trips, this is not so uncomfortable, especially now when we went from one side to the next side. There was little breaks in there, not only for spotting the hotel room, which sometimes does occur, but places that have RV parks that have, what do you call it, pools and such, to do laundry.
Absolutely.
You also slept in a noisy truck stop with those guys with their motors running all night, right? You slept through that, right?
Yeah, I did.
You also got to do some R&R, which is, you know, go see a movie. So
yeah, it was a nice week. Got some work done, and there's pluses and minuses of having the RV. A lot of pluses, you know, you wake up, you like we did with most of this week. We were right at the job site, slept behind over there.
yeah.
So we were there right when we got up. Worked out.
So you don't see this as being a hindrance to anybody out there that's going to work with us, as you know, it's not the luxurious hotel room, but it's not far from it either.
No, it's not far from it at all.
What about the food?
It was good.
We didn't do any cooking in here, did we?
No cooking.
So, but we could, right? We
could, absolutely.
We didn't set up for it because the one thing that we talked about is that in our future we're really not going to do 8 to 8 anymore. We're going to do 8 to 6, because even though we don't do those extra 2 hours, and we add a day to the job, it's better to add a day to the job so you can have some extra downtime at the end of the day to go to Home Depot, go eat, chill out, relax. So unless it's a small job, you want to get out of there in 3 to 5 days, then you do the 8 to 8.
Right.
But you got to come already preloaded with everything. You really don't want to be doing any more runs to Home Depots or to Targets or whatever. You really need to come full self-sustained, and then you can do 12, 14, 16-hour days just to get in and out of the job.
Right.
Because you're never going to leave. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if you got other activities such as daily runs and stuff like that, you'll kill yourself if you do 8 to 8. You know what I'm saying? Especially on anything that's a week plus, it can't be 8 to 8. It has to be 8 to 6. What other comments you guys have about the project?
The project?
The what?
The project?
Yeah. The camper, the project, the U-Haul box. What other things you guys want to say that's positive or negative about it?
Yeah,
coming from a technician's point of view.
I like the way you utilize the truck to have a, you know, have its semi setup inside there ready with the tools, with a table set, right? And using the spring clamps and hanging stuff off the wall and stuff.
If you want, you can give him the camera and he can, since you're talking. So keep going. So you like the U-Haul idea?
Yeah.
So even though we have our own truck, we recommend that in certain long-term projects near our house or near our base where we're going to be working, it makes sense to go get a $20 a day truck that actually stays there while we go off and go back home and do whatever and have something if there's parking, if you know, because they make their money on mileage. But otherwise, you know, to start and stop a project is nothing like the security of a box for $20 a day out of a U-Haul.
Especially, I don't know when we're gonna convert this truck, right? You know, open the back of it to store tools and stuff. So I don't know when that's gonna happen. So then we are gonna have, especially until then we are gonna have to use the U-Haul, right? To bring all the stuff up for small or big jobs. But even when we convert this RV, right, we're still gonna have to use the U-Haul for big jobs. Where the U-Haul will.
Right. The RV just transports. The RV is not a place that you're going to be setting up a box system back there. And we already bought the tent, you know, the tent system, so that when you go to a job site somewhere, you're going to have the tent set up and set up your blue tarp underneath and have all the tools underneath the white station. What else did you guys learn on this project? Did you learn about the rain situation?
I learned that even with rain as an obstacle,